Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Vader Games in the building. You know what it is. You know what it is. I think my lighting is good. My level should be good. We got to adjust some of these things on screen. And you know what it is. Vader Games TV. Why always me? Episode 74. 74. Okay, let me adjust these things. I see you guys in the comments. And you know I gotta shout out. I gotta shout out those that are here first. Those that are here first. All right, let me let me do this. I'm gonna move this off screen. Intelligence and study can look like instinct and luck. We're gonna address that. We're gonna address that. But first things first, my peoples come first. My peoples, I see you in the comments. If you're here and you're new, hit the subscribe button. Hit that like button. If you've been here before, you've obviously liked what you've interacted with or consumed or watched or listened to before. So again, hit that like button. If there's something that I say that you're like, whoa, different perspective, I rate that. If there's something that I say make you laugh, like, yo, this guy's got it. And if there's something that ends up being discussed or you want to be discussed, let me know. We'll do that in the future. All right. So let me go to the comments because I got to shout out my peeps that are first. Got to do that properly here. We got FIFA in the building. FIFA the first in the building. You know what I'm saying? Told you, easy win. He's already addressing what happened in the Champions League. I see that. On top of that, he goes, Carson Robb, stop that, FIFA, stop that. Oh, he's heavy with the comments. We Max Football, thank you for being in the building. 7 is that number. You see the topics here on the screen. We're going to get into it. That 7 number is key. That 7 number, is it magical? Is it spiritual? Is it symbolic? What is it? What is it with that 7? We're going to get into it. But let me take this off screen too. Let me do that proper. Let me go here. Boom. Nice and clean. And then with my lighting, do I need to adjust this? I think that's a little bit better. A little bit better. All right. So, oh, you know what it is? I think it's because of the green screen. I see all this tingling happening on screen right there. But let me get to this. You see the topics here on the screen. Okay. 7. Is it special to 2023? Looks like it. You see WeMax in the building. Shout out to WeMax. Check out his YouTube channel. Give him support. Does his thing. Love the content over there. And then for me to do this properly, and I see you guys. I see you. I got to shout out my guy Daniel in the building. I love Norway. No, Norway's special, man. Norway's special. Something happened over there. Big up. Thank you, man. Fire, love. All right. You got to do this proper. If you don't know, if you can't tell from my voice, from my accent, I'm North American. I'm actually based out here in Toronto. All right. And Toronto is where I'm based. I can talk football. I can talk soccer, depending on where you are in the world. But more importantly, I'm talking from a city perspective. All right. If you want to question me and wonder, has this guy played the game? Does he know? Yeah, I played for the Black Irish. All right. You see that right there. See that? Black Irish. That was the club that I played for out here. Nothing big, but I love that club nonetheless. But I'm going to do this proper. You're going to see some imagery from where I'm from. It's a proper intro because we kicking off the show the right way. All right, so check this out, and then we're going to get right into it. Nice. Now, I'll adjust this as well. Boom. And we'll do this proper. Oh, see, that just messed up. That just messed up my lighting. How did that happen? All right. We're going to have to deal with it. Okay. Wow. What a week. What a week. This is one of a few shows that are going to be popping off today. All right. Not today. Sorry. I should say this week. A few shows are going to be going off this week because I've got Why Always Me, this episode 74. And then I will be having episode 4 of CIA Intelligent Agendas. We're going to be kicking that off Sunday at 9 p.m. UK time. All right. But we're going to deal with what's happening today. And if you happen to miss last week's show, which was great because we dropped numerous videos in honor or in retrospect, in appreciation of the 7 that was dropped last week. We had 7 videos that dropped throughout here and my features. But this week is special for what we've done, right? For what's happened for us, City 7, that City were able to do, okay? City were able to have their own nice special 7 that popped off. My guy, Mancunian Way, please, details in the description. Subscribe to that, Pitch Points, True City Fan, as well as some of the other fellas with regards to their content. And actually, let me pop this off too. Let me boom. All right. So I think we're gonna leave that as is. I wish I gotta adjust that and make sure that this is proper. Live TV. Make this proper. All right. There we go. There we go. I'll accept that. I'll accept that. Now, Julian in the building. Toronto is the 6. Manchester is the 7. Love the play on numerics. I love the play on the numerics. Yo, beep, CIA logo. Oh, Lego, CIA Lego. We're going. CIA is going to be. It's going to be nice this week. It's going to be nice this week. So much to talk about. All right, but let me try to stay on track because I know I'm all over the place here. I try to have the topics here so I kind of follow a flow, right? Get with a certain flow. In the thumbnail, I didn't include it this week, but I will be talking about it this week. And I just want to address what we saw with regards to Champions League, obviously with the 7. But I'm going to show a couple things that happened within the game, okay? But mainly with the 7-0, special to 2023. And the reason why it's special to 2023 is because we saw 7-0 against our neighbors across the street. We saw the Reds across the street take 7 from the other Reds. We saw them get slapped, not once. They got slapped 7 times. United got slapped 7 times from Liverpool. Worst defeat in their Premier League history. Worst. And I don't know if it was something that was in the air. I don't know if it was something that, City fans were just taking tremendous joy from. But this 7 was just lingering. The 7 was just seeping into everything. The fan base drinking 7-Up. Me, myself, dropping 7 videos. There was just 7 was just reoccurring, right? If I played the lotto, I should have made sure to pick the number 7 or 7 within the numbers, 17, 27, 37. We have Lotto 649 out here. I should have made sure I was picking out 7. But if you've seen Inception, right, the movie, Leonardo DiCaprio, number gets whispered in, or things get suggested, and then they seem to come true. They seem to not be forgotten. 7 was in the air. You can smell it, you could see it, you could touch it. Like 7 was somewhere. And now we get ourselves into Champions League. After seeing 7 all week long, and we were part of it, right? I'm not gonna lie. 7-Up stock must have been crazy. Like enough people buying 7-Up. But we now have Champions League against RB Leipzig, against a team on the first leg in their house that was 1-1. We now come home. And like I said, after consuming 7 the whole time, make sure there's 7 likes on this video right now. But after consuming 7 the whole time, there was some type of charge that we had. And we had to have our own 7 take place. All right. I got my guy in the building. Don Smoke goes Vader games. Cite, restoring respect back to the parts of Manchester. Hashtag 7 times. 7 times is so important. It's such a number. 2023. 7 is incredible. We got Blue Heart saying 7 fell from heaven. Was it destined? Was it just meant to be? Right? Norway, home of the Vikings, just like Vader Games. You know what? Vikings used to raid, and they used to raid berserk and conquer and pillage. Is Sterling not pillaging the league right now? Is he not pillaging goalkeepers? But let me stay on track. I wanted to just talk about this Champions League performance. And I've been on post-game match shows. I'm sure you guys have seen it, and you guys have been on other content creators, and you've gotten it all. That's cool. I don't need to revisit that. But I want to point out a few things with regards to how special this 7 was, because let's be honest, it could have been more. It could have been more. Pep subbed off Holland. One. Let me address that. Let me address the subbing off of Holland, right? And I don't condone this, but there's dog fighting, right? Pit bull fighting. I don't condone this. But in terms of wanting to keep, this is a terrible analogy. Apologies for me. Apologies. But in an effort to keep the hunger, the aggressiveness, the aggression, you can't let your fighter get all that he wants. You can't let your fighter um, accomplish all of its goals. So Pep subbing off Holland, and Holland's reaction getting subbed off is not what he wanted. Let's be real. Let's be real. But Pep is managing the player because he knows that there's a hunger there. He's managing the player because he knows that it's a team game and he's going to rely on him for future games. And the next upcoming games are just as important as this Champions League. Let's be real. And on top of that, him taking off this player, and you've seen the reaction is like, my first season at City, and I'm playing knockout stage, and I score 5 goals. There's more there. There's more there. Let's all remember, this is year 1. This isn't even fine-tuned. This isn't, we know each other in and out like the back of our hand. This isn't that. Pep taking off Holland, that desire, that hunger is still there. He's going to be fired up to want and get those goals. He's not completed. Sorry, I hit the microphone. He has not completed maybe like a goal dream of his. It's still out there. I love how he managed that. On top of that, it shows that he is holding true to the promise that he made before Holland even came, right? Holland and his father, they didn't want to go to somewhere where he was going to be overworked, over focused on, not given a chance to rest, always demanded on. Pep City, the manager approach and the promise made was like, nah, you are going to progress for this to be a holistic one, for this to be a healthy one, not over dependent, not over reliant to have to be there on that pitch. And I love that how that promise is still being made. And many players, I think many future players that want to come to City are going to recognize that. They're going to recognize that a manager is going to be looking out for their best interest, not to be overworked, right? Because we already know the media on Holland and what it would have meant had him break the record. And even if he has a slight or doesn't score again, doesn't go back in Champions League to score many goals, right? We can see how that can also play out. Pep is doing a fantastic job. Mancunian Way goes excellent management, excellent player management. I agree. Blue Heart goes exactly, Vader. Pep's keeping the force inside of Erling. Yes, he's keeping that. In another different analogy, he's keeping that hunger. Like, my name's Vader, not Vader, but you can kind of see how. What was the name again? What was the Dark Sith and how he was managing Anakin? I forget. Chancellor da da da. I can't remember. And don't kill me. Sorry. Star Wars fans out there, don't kill me for not remembering. But just he's making sure to continue to harness and magnify this desire that Erling's going to have for these goals. He's going to be on fire. But this 5 that were scored from Holland, absolutely amazing. And one thing I wanted to point out, I want to go back and let me put this on screen. I want to put this back on screen because whether it's Pep, whether it's the players, whether it's just watching us play routinely, you may dumb down, you may simplify. And I call this I've been saying this a few times lately, and I don't know if you guys have been watching this with regards to North American sports or pundits or reporting. But there's a great show with two contrasts of people. There's Skip Bayless, reporter, journalist, past years, and then there's Shannon Sharp, played American football, now turned kind of like pundit or whatever. But there's the Skip Bayless level of sport thinking, analysis, and review, and then there's the Shannon Sharp, the more analytical, the one that's played it, the ones that's been in the locker room, the one that actually can speak to a coach and player's mentality. You can take the Skip Bayless approach and then justify or dumb down and say that what Holland's doing is just instinct. Lucky happens to be in the spot at the right time. Luck. Or you can take the Shannon Sharp approach and recognize that it's intelligence, it's study. In North American sports, we have what's called film study, right? You can look at your ops and you can see tons of footage, video footage, and stills on how they play, patterns of play, and things of that nature. And because of the studying that you put in place, you can anticipate, you can recognize. The point of recognition is happening that much quicker because you've seen it many times before, and you can be in the right spot at the right time. You can know where you want to put pressure points and apply stress on your opponents. Intelligence and study can easily be mislabeled and dismissed as instinct and luck. That is not the case when you look at Holland. He deserves his respect. Holland deserves the respect because he is a he's becoming a master of what he's doing. He's becoming a master of scoring goals and being in the right place at the right time because of intelligence, because of study. Julian in the building, he goes Dark Sidious. Thank you so much. I couldn't remember that, but I knew something like that. Daniel goes, Pep is right when he said scoring goals was never our problem in the UCL. The problem was always making stupid mistakes and gifting the opponent goals. The defense is key. Now, Daniel, in the future, if you can do me a favor, when if at all possible, if I don't know if you're pulling that quote, if it's like a true quote or if you're paraphrasing, but I also admire that quote so much, and I thanks for sharing it because it also shows to how Pep's protected players of the past. It also shows on how Pep has protected the errors or exits out of Champions League before, um, with past games. And, for those of you that know, I've been studying UCL, getting really fluent, becoming fluent in UCLEs. Common quote, defense wins championships. There's an element where, yes, we've been scoring goals. That was never a problem, but it was how difficult we made life for our ops with regards to them getting opportunities to score against us in the most stressful moments and or even in just normal exchange back and forth. Daniel goes, no surprise we reached the UCL final when Diaz and Stones were on fire as partnerships defensively. Daniel, you're absolutely right. Blue Heart in the building. I thought Erling looked like a hungry wolf against Leipzig, hungry for more goals. Man he was drooling. He was drooling. He was salivating. He was so hungry, and that's what you want. That you want. I mean, he's hungry for goals, period. But there's just something with regards to the Champions League. Is it the music? Is it the ringtone? Dare I say, is it the light show? Martin's going to hate this, but is it the light show that gets him fired up, ready to score some goals? I don't know. I don't know. Blue Heart goes, in fairness, the whole team went after Leipzig like a pack. They did. Pack mentality, brother for brother, covering each other, how they attacked. It seemed like everybody was on a string. It was so well choreographed, one mind. They were doing their thing. I loved everything that I saw out there. Now, apologies if the lighting's a little off, but let's just more so focus on the content versus visuals. Um, but I want to also point this out. Going to the next point. Controlling the UCL. I don't know if you guys stressed about this with regards to first team, the starting lineup. I don't do it anymore. I mean, I I love thinking, contemplating based off of maybe a series of games to think, oh, okay, what might Pep do with this 11 because he's got to rest bodies and going to have people available for the next game, or what might Pep do with regards to how we may want to attack the ops, the weaknesses that they have, right? We're definitely going to be doing that with regards to Burnley and then international break. The the guesswork that we're going to be doing with regards to that is going to be off the charts. But I don't stress over the 11 when I first see it, because now I got to think about, well, how's he going to line them all up? We and then we're going to wonder how many defensive players do we have, and is he going to be? How's he going to play them, right? But I do want to say that controlling the UCL, we need to get accustomed to it. We need to get accustomed to this control play because we can clearly see, and we've been seeing it. I don't know if you take time and you watch the other teams playing within Champions League, but it's not an up and down game. It's not an open game. It's very calculated. It's a very risk adverse game. Um, shoot, you just saw what happened in that Real Madrid and Liverpool game. Many of us, I think, would have expected Liverpool to just, go out and try to get those goals. It was very, very reserved, very calculating, very careful. And the same thing, obviously, Real Madrid had nothing to lose. They were like, we'll leave here with a draw if we have to. Well, if this game needs to be boring and we just let you guys attack and we find our spots, we will. That was Real Madrid's point of view. So there's a lot of control that's been applied, and I'm not saying that we haven't done that in the past. I think it's just we're showing that City is a lot more comfortable with it. We're a lot more comfortable with it, and I think it's been an evolution that's happened ever since playing Atletico Madrid last season. It's just a further evolution, further comfortability to be able to, you know what? Slow this down. Let's chill. You guys, come on. Let's see if you can break us down. All right? Or, you know what? You're not chasing to get this possession. We're not in any rush to get into your final third zone. Final third. We're cool. We'll build up, we'll find the weak points, and then we'll take our shots. But this game, woo, 7? 7? What a number. What a number. Speaking of control, starting Grealish and Silva, Grealish at left back, Silva at right back, and Silva's versatility on display again. Man will play right wing to play pivot to sometimes even have to play left mid depending on substitutions. Absolutely amazing. We saw versatility with regards to Ake starting at left back, and when substitutions were made, he tucked in and played left left center back. Absolutely amazing. But we've got trust amongst all of our players. We've got health amongst all of our players. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Health, trust, and intelligence, deadly combination. I love how City's looking right now. How would you guys even guess what we do lineup wise against Burnley? I have no idea. Um, but I find it absolutely great to be a City fan right now. It's been great being a City fan, period. Even when we're not always having results like these. Let me do this. Vader game. Let me take a second here, and let's as a fan base, let's not let any rival, or I don't know, maybe even some of our own fans, let's not let any of them talk down our players. Let's not let any of them talk about. Oh, I see Martin backstage. I'm gonna have him address this real quick. Let's not have anyone dismiss, diminish, talk down the intelligence that our players have. It's not luck. It's not, oh, he's just lucky with regards to Holland or our players in particular. It's a level of study, a level of intelligence. Martin, have you had to deal with this yourself? Thanks for joining the show, man. How do you handle some of the silly dumbed down talk with regards to Holland and his 5 goals or City and the 7 goals?
First of all, good afternoon to everyone, and thanks for having me again. Go and subscribe to this legend. Hit that like for this legend. He deserves it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right.
I don't know if you heard the question, man, but I heard way too
Say
much
it again.
of it. Yeah, I was hearing way too much of a talk down in
Alan
regards to Holland.
Tapping merchant. Yeah, tapping merchant. He's a tapping merchant. He's crap. He doesn't score good goals. He's not a good footballer. He's just a good goal scorer. All I'll say is, watch Erling Haaland from, I'm trying to think of a game. I'm trying to give an example, if you know what I mean, Beta. Can you hear me, Beta? Hello? Oh. Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm. Sorry about that. Oh, I think we dropped him. My bad. Got distracted, ended up getting a call. Let me point this out. And I'll wait for him to rejoin. My bad, Martin. I thought I was unmuted, so it might not have been going through. But the combination of what Holland does, what the team does, the goals being scored, rivals in particular, so-called pundits, unless you're a legend like Thierry Henry, and shout out to Thierry Henry with regards to the respect shown on what Holland displayed that night. Right, we scored 7, he scored 5, and Henry, the legend that he is at Arsenal, and the player that he's been, the fact, arguably the greatest to have played in Premier League to this point, and I believe he's a Hall of Famer. But him acknowledging what Holland did, absolutely amazing. And when you have him doing that, but then you have pundits want to talk down, and I don't even understand how rivals still want to talk about how Holland's game is not pretty on the eye, not good, not a complete footballer. All of these takes to have to diminish the great accomplishment, great result that he had. Holland's been absolutely fantastic. Let me go to the top comments. We got Blue Heart in the building. He goes, hope all you guys are giving this channel a thumbs up. Blue Heart, thank you so much. From your mouth to God's ears. Thank you, my friend. I hope they are. Let's. I think the best video I've had likewise was actually when I did my home and away show. I had a home and away show just after a home game, and I had Daps on here, and I think that was like my record likes with regards to likes. I think I've had shows that have surpassed view wise, but he on the show got the most likes. So Blue Heart goes, I never want to tempt fate, but I think you're spot on. We are in a good place right now. Fingers crossed. We keep the good vibes. Blue Heart, I'm with you. I'm with you. And that's why I don't get too caught up with trying to be like loud and shouting from the hilltops and just being really, really aggressive with it, because I do think there is a balance. I do think that there is a balance. And maybe it's being a little gun shy, because when I was most boastful, most aggressive, it didn't play out right. It didn't play out well. All right. When I was my loudest, when I was like my most confident, it happened to be the final that we lost. It happened to be the final that we lost. So I'm chill. I'm a little more chill on that one, if that makes any sense. Clinical in the building. Don't forget Martin. He makes us worse. Yeah, these talking points about Holland makes us predictable and we're easy to figure out, and we're we're not as good with him as a striker as we were. Come on, guys. Let's like I said, you take those talking points, I immediately categorize you as Skip Bayless. You're in the Skip Bayless category. Those lazy talking points, that lazy perspective, that low surface level I'm not even gonna say that. I'm gonna say surface level analysis, surface level observations. But when you come with something a little more concrete, right? You're on Skip Bayless with those surface level. You deep dive and you actually have like, you take a sports perspective, player perspective, and you look at what's happening on the pitch as opposed to like the emotional one or my gut, you get the Shannon Sharp perspective. That analogy, I hope many of you, actually, I hope many of you can relate to that. Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp. I can hear your Martin. I can hear you, Martin, loud and clear. Okay, hopefully we get Martin back on. I don't know how that dropped off, but we'll get him back. The Girl RK, episode 74. All right, we're getting it. Blue Heart goes, all we have got to wheel up to defend. Yeah, all of us have to. We have to get together. We have to huddle up. We have to stay guarded. We got to defend Erling and these 38 goals presently, to Blue Heart's point, so far, right? 11 more games to be played. That's just league play. 38 goals so far. Who cares what the haters cry about? It's true. It's not so much that I don't care. I really don't. But then the fan part of me, and like the fan that wants to talk football part of me is like, how could you have that point of view? Like, I want to understand what level of thinking, like what input, what reasons are making you think that way. And then once I kind of understand it, and not to be rude, but once I can dismiss and be like, okay, I get it, you're a Skip Bayless, then I can move on. You know what I mean? Daniel in the building, he goes, more goals than games at every club he's been at because of luck. These people have no clue about football. Daniel, you're spot on, man. You're spot on. Martin's back in the building. Sorry about that, Martin. Hope everything's good.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, mate. The connection went.
No worries. No worries. Yeah, so we were just addressing, and many in the comments agreed with you with regards to this take, with regards to Holland being lucky and some of the haters.
Yeah, topping merchant. No, but as I was saying, if you go back, see, this is something opposition fans will never do, because it's what you got to remember. When opposition fans are saying it, they're not doing it to have a debate. They're doing it to get under Manchester City fans' skin. And it's lazy debating. It really is lazy analogy and everything else. Because what they haven't got the luxury of, or what they haven't got the patience to go and do, is go and look at Haaland 6-7 weeks ago and look at Erling Haaland now. I've said this about 1,000 times, as you know, Vader. Look at the evolution. You are witnessing the evolution of Erling Braut Haaland in front of our own eyes. 6-7 weeks ago, he was a lamppost who stood in the middle of the box and didn't move. You look at him now. From Nottingham Forest to everything else, it is all about movement, tracking back, causing disruption for defenders, doing everything he can that Sergio Aguero used to do.
Yeah.
And this is what we always said. It was going to take time. It's not a play and go. This is when people say, well, why do you keep saying it's not FIFA? This is what we mean. It's not just stick a player in and away you roll. It takes time. I agree. It's laziness. It's laziness.
And what I want to point out too is him as a player, and because we've seen it, like there's some pushback from players that do get some criticism, but there was a couple of weeks back, and I think it might have been the first leg with regards to RB Leipzig and Thierry Henry talking about Haaland and just kind of saying he needs to do more, find more movement. Also at the same time, the teammates need to kind of also see him as well. It's constructive. It was his perspective as a proficient, one of the top strikers. He was just saying, you know what? Here's what we can look to see more from Haaland. All fairness. Then we fast forward to then Haaland putting up 5, and we slap RB Leipzig 7-0. But then when those two encounter, Holland is respectful, and you can see that there's a recognition there. Holland, I've seen your greatness, Thierry Henry. Your feedback obviously would have gotten back to him, but there was no animosity or there was no negativity to it.
I know, and Arsenal fans kicked off. Arsenal fans kicked off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what? So another player can't appreciate another player? Is that what we're doing now?
I couldn't get it, man. I couldn't get it. Someone told me this. It might be elements of a little bit of insecurity, a little bit of why you propping up someone that's so aggressively focused and targeted to take us down. It was.
I'm so close to going off on my IRs because there's a lot I am very angry about right now, and I want to rant about. But out of respect for you, I will not do it. But I'm sorry. There's a lot that is getting right on my wick at the minute, really. And I'm sick of these opposition fans. I'm sick to death of the agendas. And because they've got a massive following, they're allowed to say whatever they want and get away with it.
Yeah.
And they sit in their bedrooms, clicking away on a computer, thinking that they know everything about our football club, and they know jack.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and you know exactly who I mean.
I know.
I'm fuming about it, and I'm sick of it from the other thing as well. I got annoyed when you were on a certain show, and it wasn't the host's fault, but the super chat got read out. I watched it yesterday. I didn't hear how long everyone had supported Liverpool for. That question never came up to the panel.
Yeah.
Just admit you've got agendas. Just say we have got an agenda against Manchester City and we hate you. Because you know what? It'd be a lot easier if you did.
We're going to get into that. 100%. And I want to thank everyone within the chat. Martin, Mancunian again, details are in the description. Please make sure to follow, subscribe to that channel, and don't miss the next video that's going to get...
you do not want to miss tomorrow night. And Vader, I hope you're on it.
Tomorrow night I'm good to go tomorrow. Just timing-wise, we'll make it work, of course.
Yeah, we've got Spencer Pryor, Big Steve, Simon Hill coming on. It's a panel and a half tomorrow.
Heavy hitters tomorrow. All right, heavy hitters. You heard it here, so definitely make sure you get the details in the description. Vader game. Now, I have to do this. I have to do this before we get into the point with regards to City fans and us staying guarded. But I want to do this real quick. And let me put this on screen. I'm acknowledging, obviously, I'm here on the other side of the pond, but I'm acknowledging the effort, the energy, the focus, the absolute push that took place on that second leg at home Champions League against RB Leipzig. I stress this. I don't need to, but I need to. I don't need to, but I need to. Fans, manager, the 11 that started, the subs that came on, everyone deserves praise last Tuesday night. Everyone deserves praise last Tuesday night. I saw how the fans were carrying on. I could hear how the fans were singing. I could hear, and you're going to say, oh, it's easy. They scored 7. No, but even from the very first ball that was kicked, the fans were tremendous and definitely encouraged those players on for that type of performance. And then on top of that, the manager with regards to 11, some of us would have questioned, like, that 11, how you setting them up, Pep? What's happening here? Manager got it right. Players put in a shift, and the subs came on and showed why they can be trusted moving forward as well. Absolute fantastic Champions League performance. And I wanted to just take a moment to shout them out. I hope all of you were able to do that in your own in particular way, whether you're on other channels within the comments, live stream or not. But let's acknowledge everyone on that night. That was magnifique. It was beautiful. It was special. And I want to make sure I shout that out.
There was no one there.
There was no one there.
It was empty. That's why we had a light show.
It was empty in the light show. Classic. I want to shout this out. Beep goes, it was interesting. A few weeks ago, Thierry and Jamie were criticizing Holland for a lack of movement and just waiting
Yeah.
for service. Yesterday, it was all bows and kisses of of him. He's the best. Absolutely. And again, it speaks to how, yeah, in the moment, a game off, you can criticize, you can point things out. What I don't like is when they want and when some want to label and say this is the player, nothing more to expect. This is what they will always be. That's where I have a lot of pushback. But the criticism was absolutely fine. And on top of that, they go from criticizing Deep to the next game to praising. It's absolutely fantastic. Um, Let me put this up too. Did I mention this? No. Clinical goals. Oh yeah, clinical goals. They're just insecure about winning the league. All the confidence is for show. He's talking with regards to Arsenal fans, and maybe that's why they were so hurt when Thierry Henry bowed down to Holland. Blue Heart goes, if Erland scores 11 goals from now to the end of the season, obviously 50 goals, I reckon he can get more personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
This guy could hit 60.
He could. He could. This is what I want to say, though. And no, this isn't the right time. This isn't the right time for me to say this. But I'm happy with what he's doing to always be in the context with regards to the game. You know, Pep's been doing this even from the very beginning. When Holland had his early hat tricks, Pep was still subbing him off. It wasn't like I'm not having a circus. I'm not having a chase the record type show. This is not what I expect of you, Holland. We get our wins. You're effective. I'm subbing you off for the nature of the game, for the spirit with regards to us competing late in the season. He's been very consistent with that, and that again, that's the
Can I
promise.
just jump in on that?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Okay, you just let me indulge for a minute. So.
Hmm.
Do you know this thing? You know, I even saw some of our own fans going mad at Pep. Pep's out of order. Can't believe Pep's done that to Haaland. And I'm like,
Yeah.
if Haaland 10 minutes later pulls his hamstring, it's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Because all it needed was one of them Leipzig defenders to get really peeved off because they were being embarrassed to just go through the back of him.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, our manager is not bothered. I said this about when everyone said Julian Alvarez is a World Cup winner. Do you think Pep Guardiola cares about that?
Right.
Do you think Pep Guardiola sat there going, you've got a World Cup medal, you should start every game? No.
Yeah.
He started less since he's won the World Cup.
That's true.
Pep does not care about a World Cup medal. He doesn't. Yes, he'll say congratulations to you, but if you think that's going to change his plans, not a cat and mouse chance. All he cares about is Manchester City and the best of Manchester City. And that's what I want my manager to do. And I'm loving Pep's attitude now. Pep has become, you listen to his press conferences, he has changed. He is getting like the fans. He's peeved off with a lot of things. I can't wait till he does his next book because he is going to absolutely rip into a few people.
Yeah. I think his next book happens with a few more accomplishments. But for me, with regards to Pep, ever since he did that, addressing the media and addressing the alleged, ever since that day, he's been absolutely on fire with how he's addressed everything. He's been absolutely amazing. Going back, Daniel goes, this whole nonsense about empty seats is getting boring now. Now I'm watching a different game every time. It's always sold out. Daniel, this is what I'm talking about. We address these things on CIA. These low intelligent, low level, surface level jokes, repeat jokes, stale jokes with regards to City. Go ahead, carry on, do it.
It only gets rhetoric because people with 1.5 million subscribers say it. You know, while they're sat in the mum's bedroom going, "Aye, great."
You
know,
Martin's on fire today. Martin's on fire. There's a rant bubbling within him.
Never been to the swamp in his life. But sits there and tells everyone, about Manchester City. Do me a favour.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. And again, all in due time, I think those things will get addressed as well. Because what I absolutely love, especially as of recent, is that there's a lot more collaboration that's happening amongst City and some of the content creators, and this collaboration has been great because now there's that voice that can be truly true, City Blue true with regards to what being spoken. I absolutely love it. Blue Heart goes Pep goes game by game, pick out of what he sees in training. Exactly right. And the thing is, we know Pep's got a burner. That's why for 2 weeks, it's going to be 3 weeks in a row that I'm going to be pitching, pleading, Pep, 10 minutes of your time, please. Whoever is sending you the content, whoever you have on the burner, 10 minutes of your time. I've got a great thing that I want to pitch to you. But we know Pep's in these spaces. He said, I know more than what you guys know on Twitter. How he chooses his 11, how he makes the decisions. It's more than what we know, and obviously so. So he picks based off of what's needed for the opposition, and that's all that we ask for. Daniel goes, Haaland is 22 and has already got more goals than Kane in the UCL. Kane 21 and Haaland 33 goals. Kane played 6 more games. The man is phenomenal. Daniel, this is why we're not going to let any dumbed down talk happen with regards to Haaland or our players. It's not instinct. It's not luck. These guys study. They prepare. That's why they make it look easy. That's why they make it look like it's instinct and luck. I want to put this on screen real quick. And obviously, I consume a lot of North American sports. And am I out of my mind? Have I been drinking a little too much 7-Up? But did KDB do a trick shot with regards to Haaland and that second goal?
No, don't be daft.
Am I crazy?
You're playing too much FIFA.
Guys, in the comments, am I crazy?
Oh, sorry.
I've been watching it a few times. I'm like,
that hasn't been worked on in training, you know. They've not sat there and gone, I'll let a shot from 20 yards off the bar and you head it. That's amazing.
There's a crossbar challenge. There's a crossbar challenge. We know this. We know players kind of do the crossbar challenge. And if there's any player that can ping off a shot off the crossbar, and again, North American sports, we have what's called like off the backboard alley-oops, right? But you can alley-oop and you just put the ball into space, which would be a normal cross. But then you can actually alley-oop off of the backboard. That's where the ball goes off of the backboard, then comes in and the player makes a play. But I'm like, the more that I watch this play, guys, go back and watch this. I know KDB was going for goal, right? But could he have been going for the crossbar? And should he be rewarded an assist because of what he did? Am I crazy, guys? Let me know in the comments. I might be, but let's take a second and look at this. YouTube, do not copy strike me. I'm just doing this for analysis purposes. But we're going to look at a clip with what happens with regards to the goal. If there's any two players that could do this, that could plan it, that could maybe cover their mouths up on the pitch and say, listen, if I get in this situation, I'm gonna go for the crossbar. Make sure you continue to go and attack the goal because you can head it in. Like, could KDB and watch the next time KDB and Haaland are speaking when they have their mouths covered? I think this is what they actually ended up crafting up. Maybe I'm crazy, but let me play this out. So the ball gets played up. Haaland drops in and he controls it. I know it's a little blurry. It's not the best, but I think this is how I need to adjust it so that I don't get copy strike. But Haaland holds up the ball. We were told he can't hold up the play, but he plays it back. He plays it back for KDB. And watch what Haaland does immediately. I think it was drawn up, guys. I think it was drawn up. He sees, it's almost like he got a head nod from KDB, okay? And then Haaland bursts. He bursts between the defenders. Instantly looking. Now his head's turned. The ball's been fired from KDB. And watch Haaland. It was like it was drawn up, guys. Don't kill me. Don't kill me in the comments.
Sorry, and I'm not laughing at you, mate. I'm just that is. I get what you're saying. I know what you're saying, but no, it wasn't pre-planned.
You don't think it was pre-planned?
No, there was no plan of I'm going to hit one from the crossbar. That's just a good striker instinct.
Okay.
And you know the scary thing is, if that's Aguero, as much as I love Aguero doesn't do that.
That's true.
We've now got a 6'4" Nordic meat shield who is just going to follow everything in, leap like a salmon, and go, thanks very much.
Well, I agree with you. And Andrew goes, yeah. They probably was training on a trick shot. Hey, Andrew.
I mean, bless you.
FIFA says it should be an assist. He says it should be assist. And I don't know why it shouldn't be, because he last hit the ball. And it could be chalked up as a pass.
Do you know that wasn't my favorite goal?
Okay. Well, there were 7 of them. Which one was your favorite goal?
My favorite one was the Gundogan one.
Oh yes, when he kind of lobbed them.
That was just Manchester City at its best.
Yeah.
I mean, just from the build-up, right. The whole build-up. And then people slag Edison off.
Daniel goes, Vader, you're playing too much FIFA. Maybe I am. I played the other night and I slapped up a friend, but then I also lost 2-1 to another friend.
I keep asking this guy for a game on FIFA and he's never taken me up on it.
It's the hours.
I think he's scared.
No, it's the hours. I can't call you to play games with like.
Hey, I'm always up at 2 and 3 in the morning. Don't you worry.
All right. We'll have to exchange PSNs. Andrew goes, they used to give the assist. Don't know if it changed. I think KDB should have gotten the assist. I'm going to go back and check the stats.
They used to give it. He is right. They used to give it, but I think with all these silly rule changes, I think they changed everything. Because crossbar's not classed as a shot on target, is it?
No, it's not.
Hitting the woodwork's not a shot on target.
Yeah,
which I think's a stupid rule as well.
It is very stupid. Blue Heart goes, I think he hit the crossbar because he hit the ball with his weaker foot. But if you're right, an assist. Blue Heart, I just want to throw it out there. I've seen trick shots, again, North American sports, NBA. I've seen it. And if I want to look at North American sports with regards to hockey, right, the game played on ice, they will actually throw the puck off of the boards, the wooden boards, to kind of get to players as well. Like, why can't the woodwork fit into it? If there's any player with that intelligence, with that skill set, it's KDB.
If it was futsal, I'd agree with you. If it was futsal, I'm all over that. Off the backboard side of it, I get all that. Do you know why I don't think it was a trick shot? Look at KDB. Look at the KDB goal.
Yeah,
it's the exact same thing.
And now I'm going to get a goal.
Yeah, no, but it was the exact same thing from distance.
No, but there was no. It was from distance. I agree, but there was no Holland on the pitch where they would have practiced it in training.
No, I know, but that's because you've got this theory of that it was they pre-planned it.
I'm messing with you.
You're going into HH saying that, aren't you? That's an assist.
It's an assist. That's what I'm saying. Dragon goes, huh? I think Dragon's questioning my football knowledge here. FIFA goes, no chance in my opinion. Not mad at that. Clinical in the building. He goes, I've been thinking Gundo's do a goal. I'm glad he got one there. Yeah. Here's the thing. I you know what? I don't want to get too caught up because we do have some other topics. But Gundo's been misfiring a few times out in front of the net. Nothing crazy, nothing to kill him over. But I agree with you, Clinical. I was like, Gundo's due. He's going to get one. He's going to hit the ball sweet, and he's going to get that goal. I also feel like he's going to find the right weight to some of those passes he's been trying to filter in for Holland, and it's going to be magical. FIFA's just laughing at me. Should be.
Well, FIFA said Haaland's going to win the Ballon d'Or. Not while he's in a blue shirt, he won't.
That's another topic. Clinical goes, hey Bader. Cue me up for a game. Oh, FIFA's okay. Clinical's a FIFA player as well. All right, we'll exchange PlayStation.
We need a group. We
do. We'll set up a CIA FIFA group. FIFA player goes, it's how the bookies make their bread, to be honest. What's that related to?
The one thing I will say, it's weird how we've suddenly got, and this has gone so under the radar, but we've got a brand new set piece coach, and his name eludes me.
Okay.
And if you look now, our set pieces are like 1,000% better than they've ever been before. We're now dangerous off free kicks and corners.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been a little less predictable too with regards to some of our short corner play, which has been good because every time we would have just assumed it's going to be a short play. And we've caught a few defenses off guard, and I think as a result now we're playing them a little long into the middle. But
they're a lot quicker as well. We're not sort of stalling on corners anymore or free kicks. We're being impactful with them.
I want to mention Blue Heart goes, if KDB does it again. See, here's the thing. I agree with Blue Heart. If he doesn't want to believe my theory right now, but he goes, if KDB does it again, then it's nailed on. It's come out of training.
I'll give you that one. If he does it again, later I will give you so many props. I will clip this and play it everywhere for you.
Perfect. You remember where it happened first, where it was discussed first. I'm with you on that one. Now, a lot of goals were scored. I'm not going to go through the other ones, but I am going to show this from another angle here because Holland chased down, forcing the keeper to play it long, right? And the keeper plays it into space, but again, we're reacting, and it looks like Akanji gets the ball, plays it up, and Holland gets back after chasing down the keeper, gets back to be in an onside position to then play the ball. Look at where I paused it, guys. I know. Okay, we'll wait until it happens again before we really say that this was done on purpose. But I've been watching. I've been watching it a few times, and I'm like, "Woo! This is some all-star business right here." Absolutely magical. I love that goal. And for any of you that did not see the 7 goals that were scored, please make sure to go back and check it out. It was an amazing performance within the Champions League. Let me take this off screen. Cool. Now, okay, let me do this proper. Vader game. So guys, I got to put this on screen and I'm going to say it out loud because I know we can all get really giddy. I know we can look at the result that happened and kind of like have our guard drop a little bit. But I want to remind everyone, City fans, stay guarded. Nobody wants us to win. City fans, stay guarded. Let's remember what's still pending, what's still out there. All right, City fans, let's still remember that one of the biggest clubs in England, one of the largest fan bases, them as a club do not want City to three-peat. Okay, let's remember the energies out there. Let's remain guarded. Let's not allow for any desertion. Let's not allow for any like bad talk or back talk with regards to our players and this mission that we're on. We still have 5 points gap to close. We still have to be laser focused. Let's remain guarded and let's protect our players. Let's protect our club, protect that badge, protect our manager, and continue on.
Yeah. One game.
Yeah, exactly. No one's our friends out here. Blue Heart goes, the way things turned out and Holland's followed up does make it look like Kev played for it. Thank you, Blue Heart. Thank you.
Blue Heart. We're having words.
No,
Blue Heart. We're having words, mate. We're having words.
Blue Heart, ignore him. Ignore him. We're gonna put a pin in this and address it again. We're gonna address it again.
Stop encouraging him.
I love it. But again, let's stay really laser focused. Let's remember that we got no friends out here. Pep said, no friends, only people of interest. And that's really what it is. When we see some of the agendas applied to our striker, when we see some of the agendas applied to suggesting that KDB is past it and no longer informed, when we see some of the agendas with regards to what's been talked about with regards to Foden or Grealish and even some of the whispers with regards to, Silva, Laporte. Let's
Did you, by the way, did you see the Instagram chat with some of the players?
No, I didn't.
Did you see who turned up in the Instagram? They were all like praising each other. Did you see who suddenly turned up with a mind blown emoji?
I did with the emoji when the players were just talking about the performance and we just saw a player.
Weird that one, isn't it? It's weird that one, isn't it? How he just suddenly appears into a chat.
It is very weird. I'm trying not to make too much of it. I'm gonna be real with you because some of the largest Liverpool accounts have stressed that that player with the emoji is already committed there. So I'm trying to stay calm with it. But how could you not comment on that result? How could you not comment on that result? Absolutely amazing. Um, okay, let's do this other topic here. Now, I want to stress this because I don't really do my own channel, I should say, the preview or the post match, because I've been privy to be featured on channels like the Mancunian Way that do excellent preview and post match shows. So that's where you'll get that content from me. And like Martin said earlier, don't miss tomorrow's show. There's some heavy hitters on there. I'm going to do my best scheduling wise to be able to make that because it sounds amazing. But there's a big FA Cup game against Burnley, and not only Burnley, but part of Pep's coaching tree, Vincent Kompany, right? I wish we weren't facing Kompany this early. I wish it wasn't now with regards to him. I would have liked not to have played anyone from Pep's coaching tree for a little longer. Burnley's been absolutely fantastic and on fire, but this is a huge game. Martin actually pointed this out to me, reminded me that Pep made it a point to say there were three key games before the international break. The first one we dealt with regards to the league. The second one we dealt with regards to Champions League. And now this is the third one with regards to the FA Cup. Absolutely huge. I just wanna stress that again. Hopefully that you within the comments can be a part of any of the preview shows moving forward. That I'll hopefully be able to join, or channels that you frequent. But the energy is going to have to be tremendous. I'm very curious to see what kind of 11 Pep decides to do. Because the effort that was put in that Champions League was huge. Like we were pressing, we were committed, we were suffocating, and obviously we can't do that game after game after game. So I'm curious to see what type of approach Pep takes next game. But I'm amped. I'm amped. I want another win to close out the international break. Blue Heart goes, it's more against Vinny than Burnley in some ways. It's true. It's true. I don't want to take any fire away from your show. This is the last topic before we kind of shut down.
No, I'll talk about it. It's fine because I've got quite a bit to say, so don't worry. You won't be taking anything tomorrow.
No, but I'm just cognizant of time. We're close. We're actually over an hour, so this was gonna be the last topic. But I wanted to ask you because Blue Heart brings up a good point, and this is where I was kind of like torn a little bit. He goes, "It's more against Vinny than Burnley in some ways," and I'm the same way. Like I want to win, but I want a professional win. I don't want any type of.
You've got to take the emotion out. Pep will stress that on Saturday. All emotion goes out the window. See, okay. I remember the Uwe Rosler one, but Uwe brought Wigan back to the Etihad, and everyone was Uwe Rosler, and the emotion killed us because we were all sat in the stadium singing Uwe Rosler's name, and it was all welcome back, and you got all emotional. But for the 90 minutes, we were awful, and Wigan were better than us, and Wigan knocked us out the FA Cup. And this is where I think Pep's got to say to his boys, forget the Kompany factor at the minute. We'll do that after the game. Yeah. After the game, he can come in the dressing room and he can be all glass of wine and all that. We can do all that. Because telling you now, Vincent Kompany will take all emotion out of it. Kompany's not going there tomorrow. You've got to remember, his kids are City fans.
Yeah.
His wife is a City fan.
Yeah,
he's a City fan. He's not going in there tomorrow, on Saturday, sorry. He is an employee of Burnley Football Club. You've got to take the statue, everything away. Everything has to go away. Because I'm telling you now, Saturday will be a harder game than Tuesday.
Yeah.
Saturday will be a harder game than Tuesday. Because Tuesday night won't faze Vincent. He knows Vincent Kompany's been in games where we've smashed teams 6-7s. That ain't now new to Kompany. Kompany knows what he's coming to.
Yeah, it's going to be the emotion of it that's going to make it incredibly difficult, and then it's also the fact of coming off of that high that's going to make it difficult too. But,
it's the emotion of the fans. We can't allow that to happen. We have to go out, throw the emotion, and if we've got to spank them, spank them. But Burnley, you got to remember, you're at a stage where.
So, do you think the fans? Do you think the fans in stadium might not be as vicious?
No, they won't be. None of the fans are going to. They'll cheer to the Burnley fans. No, all you'll get before the game is singing Vincent Kompany's name around the stadium.
Okay. Oh yeah, this is tricky.
That's what you're going to get. They'll all be singing Vincent Kompany. We, love you more than City. We love you. You'll get all that chant going out, and they'll sing it, and they'll sing it to the Raptors. And before the game, it'll all be. But I'm telling you now, Kompany will be laser focused.
Okay.
He will be laser. Burnley are top of the league by some margin, playing some fantastic football. Now, I don't think Taylor Howard-Bellis can play, but the rest can. There's 3 former City players coming back. Egan Riley, you've got Muric. Howard-Bellis can't play, I don't think. But you still got Muric. You've still got Egan Riley. They've brought in a really good winger. They've got Rodriguez scoring goals. This team can come and cause us a problem. Don't look at all this. We've smashed Burnley 5-0 left, right and centre for years. This is a different Burnley. And Kompany will use this as a barometer to how far his team, because his team are coming up. They're coming back to the Premier League.
Yep. Yeah. Easily.
He's going to use this as a barometer. Exactly. He's going to use this as where are we now? Where are we? If Burnley were sort of mid-table and having a few struggles, you know what? I'd be more confident. But Burnley are flying. There's going to be 8,000 Burnley fans in that stadium cheering them on. Yeah. We cannot allow the emotion to take over, because this to me is a bigger banana skin than Tuesday night. Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is. Blue Heart goes, good point. We should cover Vinny's statue in city scars before the game.
Yeah. I've seen it all before. I saw it 8 years ago with Uwe Rosler.
Well, Clinical also mentions we've only won the FA Cup once under Pep. I really want this one.
And you won win away from Wembley.
Yeah.
Winner goes to Wembley. Don't forget this.
Clinical wants this one. Clinical, we all want this one. We want a lot these days, so we need to calm down. We want a lot, but I want to point this out real quick. Thank you all for tuning in to this Why Always Me episode 74. I'm going to continue to do more, and I don't mean to rhyme, but I happen to do it more often this time. What I'm going to look to do is make sure that I post my CIA episode that's happening Sunday, 9 p.m. UK time. I'm going to make sure to post that, get the highlights out, as well as if you happen to, and I haven't been doing this consistently, but I'm going to pull out maybe a 1-minute clip from this show and happen to tweet about it, maybe get some exposure out there. If you happen to see it on the timeline, please do your best to like and retweet as well. But I'll
save my rant for Sunday.
Yes.
My rant will come on Sunday. Because everyone knows I've actually got them over the road. And it's those fans who's been doing the most talking this week. From Saeed to somebody else.
Yep. There's a lot of... there's a lot of
Trust me, you don't want to miss Sunday. I will rant. If you want to hear a Martin rant, tune in Sunday.
We're going to go into it. And I have my suspicions that there's going to be more than one rant taking place. I have my suspicions. Blue Heart goes, I agree, Martin. I also think it's going to be a bit more of a battle than a cup tie. Yeah. We're gonna deal with that for sure. Blue Heart. Hopefully you can be on the Mancunian way when he does his pre-match show. I want to thank.
I think it'll be strong team, strong everything. I think you get one rotation. I think Ortega's the only guy who changes. I think you'll generally get the strongest 11 going out.
Yeah. we're going to deal with that. And also, we're going to then talk about post-match. Then there's the whole who's going to be called up for international play that we're going to address at another time as well. Maybe we'll talk about that on this show. But I want to thank Martin for being here. I want to thank you all for being in the comments, to have liked this, to have shared this. This episode 74, Why Always Me on Vader Games TV. And as always, my peeps. First things first, my peeps always come first. So I want to thank you all. And we're going to do another show on Sunday. So thanks for all the support. I'm Vader Games.
Subscribe and like to this legend. He deserves it. Absolutely do it.
And do the same to the Mancunian way. Martin, thanks for being on. And we're out.